Welcome to Anu Writes.
How many dreams are buried under one simple word? Someday. Someday I'll start. Someday I'll be brave. Someday I'll live the life I imagine in my mind. We tell ourselves these promises quietly, believing we have time. But what if that someday never comes? What if waiting is the very thing holding us back? This is not a story about success or perfection. This is the story of the day I stopped waiting for someday and finally chose to begin. The day I stopped waiting for someday. Have you ever paused for a moment and wondered how many dreams are buried under one single word? Someday? We say it so casually. Someday I'll write. Someday I'll travel. Someday I'll be confident. Someday I'll finally live the life I imagine in my head. But here's a question we rarely ask ourselves. What if that someday never comes? For the longest time, I lived my life exactly like that, waiting for the right time, waiting for the right circumstances, waiting for the right version of myself. I believed that someday, magically, everything would align. I would feel ready. I would feel brave. I would feel capable. Until then, I told myself, it's okay to wait. But slowly, without realizing it, waiting became a habit. And someday became an excuse. I used to promise myself things quietly. Someday I'll start writing. Someday I'll take risks. Someday I'll stop being scared of what people think. Those promises felt comforting. They made me feel like I wasn't failing, just postponing. But the truth is, postponing your dreams feels safe only until you notice time moving forward without you. I told myself I was being patient, that I was planning, that I was preparing. In reality, I was stalling. I kept saying I needed more time, more money, more confidence, more clarity. And while I waited, I consumed. I watched countless motivational videos. I read books about chasing dreams. I followed creators who were brave enough to share their work. I admired them. I envied them. I secretly wished I was like them. But when the screen turned dark at night, I hadn't moved even one step closer to my own dreams. I was inspired, but inactive. And that's the most dangerous place to be. Inspired enough to dream, but scared enough to do nothing. Days passed, weeks passed, months passed, and nothing changed, except the quiet disappointment growing inside me. Then one night, something shifted. It wasn't dramatic. No big event. No life-altering conversation. Just me, lying in bed, scrolling endlessly on my phone. Reel after reel. Stranger after stranger. People laughing. People creating. People sharing their passion with the world. And suddenly, a thought hit me so hard it made me stop scrolling. I've been watching people live longer than I've been living my own life. That sentence echoed in my head. I wasn't tired. I wasn't unlucky. I wasn't incapable. I was simply waiting for a moment that didn't exist. That realization shook me awake. I understood something important that night. I didn't lack dreams. I lacked action. So I did the smallest, scariest thing I had been avoiding for years. I opened my laptop. I stared at the blinking cursor. Minutes passed. Self-doubt crept in. What if it's bad? What if no one cares? What if I'm not good enough? But then I typed anyway. Not something perfect, not something polished, just a messy, honest first draft. And something incredible happened. For the first time in a long while, I felt alive. Not because it was good, but because it was real. That one imperfect action taught me a lesson I'll never forget. Waiting for someday is heavier than the fear of beginning. Someday feels safe. It promises comfort without effort. It lets us believe we'll act later. But hidden inside someday is regret, growing quietly with time. Every delayed dream becomes a question one day. What if I had started? The truth is, clarity doesn't come before action. It comes from action. You don't need to have everything figured out. You don't need to be confident. You don't need permission. You just need to start, small, scared, imperfect. One page gave me momentum. One post gave me courage. One step gave me proof that I could do more. I didn't transform overnight. I didn't suddenly become fearless, but I became someone who tried, and that changed everything. Slowly, I started noticing small shifts. I celebrated tiny wins, finishing a piece of writing, taking a walk alone, raising my hand, saying yes instead of hiding behind no. Individually, they seemed insignificant, but together they created a new direction. I was no longer waiting for life to begin. I was participating in it. If you're listening to this right now, maybe this is your reminder. Stop waiting for the perfect moment. Stop waiting for the perfect plan. Stop waiting for the perfect version of yourself. They don't exist. The only real thing you have is today. Your someday doesn't need permission. It needs one small step. Write the first sentence. Send the message. Apply. Try. Fail if needed. Dreams don't need someday. They need a beginning. Because one day, you won't regret trying and failing. You'll regret never starting. So here's my message to you. Your life is happening right now. Don't scroll past it. Don't postpone it. Choose one tiny action today. Begin, even messily. And watch how your world slowly changes. If this message resonated with you, share it with someone who's still waiting. Life is too precious to live in pauses. The best time to start was yesterday. The next best time is now.